Hello and welcome to Myrtle Beach. My name is Justin. I'm the owner of Team 53 and I've partnered with Circle Track Performance to bring you this week's Learn to Drive video for ARCA Cars at Myrtle Beach as part of iRacing's 2026 Season 1 Week 4 official series. If you guys can, make sure you like and subscribe. It does a ton to help me out. I know it's been a while since we've done a new Learn to Drive video. I've been completely slammed with the holidays and we just sold my mom and dad's house. So I'm having to get that house cleaned out, get everything moved over, and it's just been kind of one of those deals. So I apologize, but I do appreciate you guys coming back to watch this video. Make sure you join the Team 53 Discord. You can get all the up-to-date information of what's going on with us, as well as subscribe to our Patreon. We've got a lot of people who've wanted to help us out a little bit. I think for as little as $2 a month, you can subscribe to the Patreon and just kind of buy me a cup of coffee, basically. If you want to get some race car setups, fake race car setups, you can get some of those. We have those there as well. So before we begin, ARCA fixed series. So we can't change a whole lot, but what we can change are going to be about three very critical things: steering ratio, steering offset, and front brake bias. So the steering ratio, we've talked about this in videos before. All this is you're taking your steering wheel, and when you turn your steering wheel to the left, when I turn my actual steering wheel 8 degrees, I'm going to get 1 degree of tire turn. So that's all that is. If you do a 10 to 1, you can move your wheel 10 degrees before you get 1 degree of wheel rotation. On short tracks, I really highly recommend a quicker steering box. It's going to help you guys get through. It's going to give you a little bit better feel. 8 to 1 is what I run pretty much on all the short track stuff. Steering offset, iRacing originally was a plus 10. I don't like having it that far. So all this is you're looking at your steering wheel in front of you and where your center point is, where your straight is for your wheels. So when it's at plus 10, you're basically taking like the tape at the center of your wheel and you're moving that over, to like 2 o'clock. So when I run a plus 4, it's going to be like a 1 o'clock. All that is. Front brake bias. So this setting here is really what's going to help you rotate your car on entry of the corners. So my recommendation to you is to turn this down, go to the smallest percentage that you possibly can. That's going to free you up on entry. But you want to turn this down to a percentage that which you can still get into the corner without the car wheel hopping or spinning out on entry. What I recommend a lot of times in ARCA or on short tracks is you take this down. Let's say I'm really comfortable at 58. I would set it at 55 in here. And then when I get in the car, I go to my black box for brake bias and I increase that percentage up in the car. And what that's going to allow me to do is I'm going to be able to bring my brake bias down 6%, where before I'd be limited to 3%. So it's a nice little hack that some of you guys can use to take advantage of things. So we're going to go over some laps here. I didn't run too many, just enough to kind of get a feel. I got to an 18:909. I have no doubt that there's going to be faster lap times. There's going to be people that are going to hop in the comments section and try and keyboard warrior it and tell me, oh, your lap time's not that fast. Yeah, well, I'm giving you guys a baseline lap. I'm showing you the way around the track. From there, you guys make it of your own. So we're going to go out here. We'll come out of the pits, green cone here. You want to stay to the left of these turtles. These turtles are deadly. So in the super late model, in the late model stock around here, you can really run over them about 3 times before you get car damage. No idea what it is in the ARCA car. I did not try. And then be aware too, as you're going out there, you saw that massive bump here. Right as you're going over here, the bridge underneath the tunnel. So there is a little bit of a divot that will cause you to throw off. So just be aware of that. Blue cone here for exiting. When you guys do need to pit in this, pit entry is going to be right here going into turn 3. So if you ever need to use a fast repair, you got a pit entry in turn 3. You don't have to go down the full backstretch. It's right here heading into turn 3. So we're going to go out here. We're just going to kind of turn some laps like we would be qualifying. We're going to go high here in 3 and 4, get some momentum built up. This lap, I don't believe we're going to use that as our fast lap. Now this is going to be a 406. So this is just really to get a little bit of grip with the car, see what it feels like, and then we're going to get a good lap here for lap 2, which would normally be our qualifying lap. So we go up nice and high. We get a good run off the corner. We bring it down. Now, Myrtle Beach is really nice because you've got all these dashed lines all over the track. So we have really good reference points to be able to tell if we're running really, really well. So I usually like to cross over these dash lines right about the start finish line. And then I'm going to point here when I get to turn one. Let's go inside the cockpit so we can see this. When we get into turn one, there's going to be these white dash lines there. And that's usually what I try and aim for as I go into this corner. I want to straddle that and then get the right side so that they're on that, and we'll go into the corner. So I'll show you what that looks like here with the far chase cam. So we straddle that, and then as we go into the corner, we're going to drop down here to the bottom. Now keep in mind, this corner gets straight, so it tightens up, and then it's going to bend. So we're going to just kind of let this car float around this corner here, get as close as we can to there, and then get a really good drive up off the corner. So you kind of saw how we just floated it through that corner. I didn't worry too much about staying close to that white line. That's something too that when you guys are running side by side here through turn one, you're going to want to watch that in this week's racing. Myrtle Beach typically does not get a lot of official series action. I'm hoping with it being D-Class, a lot of people want to buy it. Most people will probably just skip the week and go run Draft Masters or something where they don't have to buy the track. But those of you who do try and run Myrtle Beach, you're going to learn a lot. So we head down now into turn three, kind of the same deal. We're going to brake as we go past that light post. Inside the cockpit, it's going to look really early. So right about the time that dash line for the inside starts to separate, that's where we're going to lift and we're going to bring this car down. Now in a super late model stock, you want to get as close as you can to this sand. In the ARCA car, not as important because it's such high powered, but definitely low in that corner is where you want to be. So we get nice and low, we get good rotation. We wait until we can see this paved area here to the left. And once that starts to separate, that's where we're going to get back on throttle and we're just going to carry that up off the corner for us and we get ourselves a nice 9:09 lap time. So let's head inside the car presented by our friends at Overdrive Racing Oils and Lubricants. They are an independent AMSOIL dealer. If you're looking to do your own oil changes, if you've got a race car, head on over to our friends there. They'll get you guys hooked up and let's go for a lap. And there's your lap inside the car. Now we talk a lot switching over to race transition, right? I just did this video as one just to show you my fastest laps. But we talk a lot about saving tires and how to do that. One of the easiest way is going to be to go into your settings and you're going to go into, it's been a while since we've had to do this, interface. So settings, interface, split time delta, and you're going to want to turn on display delta bar. And what that's going to show you is your time across the top. It'll tell you minus, plus, red, all that kind of stuff. And then I'll just set mine to like all time best. I've got buttons on my steering wheel, as you can see here, where I can change what it's displaying and all that kind of stuff. So not a huge deal there. But then what you'll do for race trim is you're going to get in the car and you really want to back it up. I would say about 2/10 a lap from whatever your peak qualifying lap is. So if you can run a 9:09 in qualifying, you want to back that up to like a 1, maybe even a 2. 19.1, 19.2 for your race times, just to try and save that right front tire. You combine that with decreasing your brake bias, bringing that to the smallest percentage you can handle, and you should be able to make it through the race pretty well without really having to super tire conserve. Obviously, you know, if we're running slower lap times, the big thing that you have to avoid is going to be getting on throttle earlier because you're lifting easier, because you're running easier. You've really got to avoid that because if you've got a lot of wheel turned into the car and you're on throttle, that's going to burn that right front off. So just kind of be mindful of that this week. Passing zones here for ARCA is going to be turn one, entry to turn one right here where we're looking at getting to people under braking. You can see there I brake really early and just kind of let the car roll into the corner, get back hard on exit. Same thing going into the corner, nice and easy. This is going to be a big passing zone. If you leave this lower lane open in the race, people will dive in there and they will try and pass you that way. So just be aware of that. And then driving here on exit. I see a lot of times people getting super loose on exit of 4 and then getting really tight on an exit of 2. They'll plow down the backstretch wall, they'll spin out here and go down the front stretch. So those are things that you really have to avoid. In D-Class ARCA is just going to be the spins. People over driving turn 1 because they haven't turned any practice laps thinking the car's going to stick, and they just loop it out from underneath them as well. So if you guys have made it this far, make sure you like and subscribe. Head over to the Team 53 Discord, linked in the description below. Head on over to Patreon, buy me a cup of coffee. I'm always happy to have that. And we will see you guys in the next video.